Hi guys, welcome back. Let's make some round 2 selections. First up, I'm going to go with Wales. Pivac's fighting for his job. Wales are fighting for form, fighting to get into their new system of attack and defence. It's not working at the moment. Now against Georgia, what they could do, I guess, is just empty their squad players, give everyone a run. But I really think it's time to try and get their best team and work on their structures. I wouldn't use this as just a squad run. So even though I've got a number of changes in this team, my aim with this team is to start looking for their best team. Now starting, Wyn Jones has to start. He should have started last time. I selected him, but they went for Carriot and it went really badly in the scrum. At hooker, I think it's wide open. They've missed Ken Owens massively. Elias is a big physical guy, but is he international quality at the highest level? I don't know. Let's give Parry a go, see if he can step up and grab that shirt, because someone needs to. And at tight head, I'm bringing Rob Evans straight back in. He was incredibly disappointed when he missed out on the World Cup. He wasn't quite taking his rugby maybe as seriously as he should, and he's changed his attitude, and he says he's in the best shape ever, and he was fantastic for Wales before. So let's get him back in, see if he can have his second win for Wales. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, maybe. In the second row, I think it's time to start Big Jake Ball, get the bruiser in there, throw his weight around, try and get some of this physical dominance that Wales need alongside Alan Wyn Jones. In the back row, I'd start Josh Navidi at 6. It sounds like he's probably going to be fit, strong as an ox, good in all areas. They've missed him. Tipperic's been pretty consistent, he can stay. Falatau's been okay, but I still think we need one of his big performances, and he's got plenty left in the tank. So Navidi, Tipperick, Falatau, definitely a better looking back row, I think. At 9, well, I would start Rhys Webb. It doesn't sound like he's going to be fit. So I'd give Hardy a go. Let's give him a run, see what he can do. Again, Gareth Davis was a bit disappointing versus Ireland, so I don't think there's any reason to start him. Williams has had a crack, so let's give Hardy a go. Just like hooker, let's let them scrap for the shirt. At 10, if Pivac wants to play his new attacking style, his Scarlet style attack, then get the Scarlets man in there, get Patchell in there. I think he's playing well, he's fit. You've got nothing to lose. I think you should start Patchell and give it a crack. Pivac is desperate to get this attacking style going. It's now or never. Go for it. In the centres, so yeah, I've dropped Jonathan Davis, or rested Jonathan Davis, however you want to say it. He's been okay. He's not quite at the races. He's still coming back from his injury. So I don't think there's any performance reason to keep him in that team. Give him a rest for a week. Let's bring in Johnny Williams. He's a guy I'd been tipping to play for England for a while before his long illness. Wales have wisely snapped him up. Give him a run. I think you might be surprised how good he is. Outside him, another former Englishman, now honorary Welshman, Tompkins. Fantastic player. I think he could break defences with his feet. Those two could be a lot more exciting in the centres than what we've seen so far. And on the wings, well, Adam stays. He's still their most potent finisher. And let's start Zammit. You've got to start Zammit at some point. He's got the talent. The fixation on North, I think, is a bit unhealthy. He's not playing well. He's lost the eye of the tiger, whatever you want to call it. Get Zammit in. Get him going. He's going to make a few mistakes, but he's such a talent. Got to do it. Liam Williams to fullback. Halfpenny drops out. Halfpenny's not done anything wrong, but then he hasn't set the world on fire. Liam Williams, a bit more of an exciting player. Then the benches, as you can see there. Moriarty, if fit, I'd bring onto the bench. If not, Lewis Hughes again. Gareth Davis dropping to the bench, and then Watkin. And I would call back McNichol in. Played for the Scarlets. He's back fit, and he looks absolutely fantastic for the Scarlets. Incredibly quick and sharp. So let's get him back into the fold. That's my Welsh team. Let me know what you think. England versus Ireland. Okay, so yeah, it's probably going to be the biggest game of that pool. But of course, when Wales play England, Wales always raise their game for England. So again, that could be good. But on paper, on the form book, this is the match. I think that's fair to say. So both are going to pick their best teams and go for it. So England, what do they do? Well, I think the front row stays the same as it was against Georgia, actually. I thought they were really, really strong. I thought they definitely struggled more in the scrum when Mako and Sinclair came on. Mako and Sinclair have more handling, they're a bit more expansive, so as subs I think it makes sense, and there's no reason why Mako and Sinclair can't fight for their shirts. They've got no right to start, you know. So I think Genge and Stewart start with George in the middle. Done to come on. In the second row, sure, against Georgia, they went Launchbury and Ewells. They went for the heavy units, did some heavy lifting, worked well in the scrum, but for pure quality, I think Atoje and Hill still are their best second rows, and I want to see Hill get another run out in an England shirt and try and not get yellow carded this time, see what he can do. Back row, incredibly tough. Tough for a good reason. Who misses out? Someone quality is going to miss out. This time it's tough on Underhill. On the bench, I think Earl is the man because he covers more. Plus, I need to see him at 8 as well. I really want to see him on at 8. Curry, I think, still the man for England at 6. And Willis, I think, let's see what he can do at 7. Again, get into the turnovers, disrupt Ireland's ball, try and slow them up. I think he'd be the man to do that. Billy, I thought, actually did pretty decently against Georgia, building himself back into form. He plays better with a run of game, so you know he's still got a bit to prove, but I think he's done enough to retain his place. As has Youngs, he's been very tidy, hasn't made any mistakes. I thought he's made some really smart decisions, and then Robson coming on to speed up the game. Farrell has been going okay, but he needs a good game. He hasn't played a lot of rugby, and he needs to get into his attacking game as well, look a bit more dangerous for me. Defensively kicking fine. Then in the centres, really hard. Don't know what to do, to be honest. I think you stick with Slade at 12. Who goes at 13? Well, probably Lawrence, I'd say. But again, you know, it's a big test for them against Ireland. We haven't really seen them fire. I don't know if JJ's fit. He went off injured. Anyway, so we'll go with Slade and Lawrence again. May on one wing, Watson if he's recovered on the other wing. If not, I put Daly onto the wing and Maylands at full-back, but ideally May, Watson and Daly, which is England's best or first choice back three anyway. And then, yeah, Robson on the bench, Thorley on the bench, and then Marchant, and depending on injuries, maybe JJ, I don't know. Launchbury, the second row on the bench, and Earl, like I said, the back row on the bench. So that's my England team. For Ireland, their best team, not a lot of changes from last time out. Healy, Kelleher, Porter. Kelleher needs the game time. I thought he was solid enough last game. So keep on going, get the experience, get rid of the nerves. Start to feel like he's part of the team. I think that's important. Henderson, if he's back available, and Ryan together I'd go with Byrne dropping to the bench. Then Doris back to 6. I think let's leave Stander at 8 for now. Long term, maybe Doris is the man for 8. At 7, very close, but I'll start Van der Fleer again with Connors coming on. I thought that worked quite well. At 9, close. Gibson Park did very nicely. I thought his basics are really good and sharp, but I'd still start Murray as their number 1 with Gibson Park behind him. Sexton's still their best 10. Sure, age is catching up with him, but he's still their best 10. And you might as well give Burns another role as well. He did well for the short period of time he was on the pitch, assuming Burns is fit, of course. In the centres, Aki and Henshaw, still their best pairing, I believe, with Ringrose out. Farrell on the bench. Lowe at 100% stays, obviously. I'd start Keith Earls as well, give him a crack. Conway's been okay, not the greatest, so I don't think he's done anything to keep his place. I wouldn't have Stockdale in the squad for now either, because I thought Keenan looked pretty classy and confident, looked like he could create and link from full-back. So let's have a look at him there, and then the bench as you see it. So finally, Scotland versus France. Big game for Scotland for sure. Big game for France as well, their first game. Not many changes I'd make to the Scotland team. I think he's starting to really know what his best team is, apart from a few areas. Looks like Sutherland may be injured, so Kebble in. McAnally, I think, retains. Ferguson's been playing really well at tight head. Cummings and Gray, obviously their best second row pairing now. Ritchie, don't know if he's fit to start. we'll see there. Then Hamish Watson and 8 I would change again. Let's give Haining a start. They still need to find their best 8. I'm still not sure. Please let me know who their best 8 is, because I don't know. So Haining to start. Then Price and Weir again. Thought Weir did very nicely. Obviously he's their only 10 left really, so that's just as well. Johnson and Harris continue in the centres. Van der Merwe, like I said, needs to keep nailing on him as a starter. Darcy Graham, so that's great. So you've got your 2 best attacking wingers starting, which is super exciting. Hogg obviously at fullback. Then the bench there as is. Maybe George Horn to come in if he's fit for Hidalgo Klein, but either way is pretty good. Anyway guys, that's my team. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you think all these games will go and any changes you'd make to those starting teams and the benches. Okay guys, I will catch you next time.